Yo, double fronted and everything. It is what it is. Lock you, but you find shit. And also too, be careful with this right here. Make sure hold on. I got this thing ain't on right. Something is going on with this. Hold on. Let me go like that. Okay, see if you can widen it. You have to hold it. Can you find that? All right. Yeah. To lock it. We'll be ready in a moment. Yeah. Now let's put this back. All right. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. You all set? All right. Right. All right. Shalom. Shalom. Lucky for the delay. And I hold this too. I'll be this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. Shalom, shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come out here week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, America, aka Babylon the Great. But before we get started, let's give all honors and all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Give double honor to his elders and apostles and bishops, a great millstone who brought us 100% truth and citation for elect that scattered across the four corners of the earth. And as always, we're going to read the 12 tribe side chart of Israel, starting off with the head tribe. Judah, the so-called Negroes. Benjamin, the so-called West Indians. Levi, the so-called Haitians. Simeon, the so-called Dominicans. Zebulon, the so-called Guatemalans and Panamanians. Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans. Manasseh, the so-called Cubans. Gad, the so-called North American and Indian tribes. Reuben, the so-called Strigital Indians. Naphtali, the so-called Argentinians and Chileans. The Asher, the so-called Colombians and Uruguayans. Issachar, the so-called Mexicans. If you see that your father comes from the seed of one of these 12 tribes, turn back to the truth. That's right. That's right. Because this truth is for you, Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians.
That's why we are here. We're out here to prophesy about this wicked kingdom that we're in, America, aka Babylon the Great, and to, wake up the elect, because this truth is for the elect in these times that we're living in now. See, we know that everybody's not going to get this truth, but we out here to do what does say the Lord anyway, to prophesy, the downfall of this wicked kingdom, America, aka Babylon the Great. As all the prophets have done it before, my brother, will you get that Revelation 19 and 10 out?
Revelation 19 and 10. And I feel like it speaks to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh shall which of thy power. For the testimony of Yahweh is the spirit of prophecy.
That's why, yeah, and he has his prophets out here in the spirit to prophesy. You see? That's what prophets do, to tell you what's going to happen before it happens. And we are here to tell you and give you the warning that this wicked kingdom, America, aka Babylon the Great, is going to be destroyed. You see? All right, my brother, bring out that Isaiah 13. Start at the top, because we're going to talk about the destruction of this wicked kingdom that we're living in. This kingdom had to go down because it's been wicked. You see? And a new rulership is coming up. You see? All right? Bring it out, my brother, if you got it.
Isaiah 13 and 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them.
Okay? All right, see? The burden is this prophecy. The burden, it's like a weight. It's something heavy. You see, that's what's going to come down on this wicked kingdom, America, aka Babylon the Great, this burden. You see? And it's also references of this prophecy. You see, it's heavy on the prophets in these end times, because the prophets are coming in the spirit of prophecy of Yahweh, you see. He has empowered his men to be out here, filled them with the Holy Spirit to come out here to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom. You see, you got to, you know, and the prophets will not be out here just to be out here in this cold weather. This, and all, whether it's raining, or, whether it's cold or whether it's warm, we do this in season and out of season. And this burden that we got to get off, we got to, get the blood off our hands by coming out here, preaching and prophesying what does say the Lord, does say the Bible. And we are telling you that this burden of the burden of the Lord, this prophecy of the Lord. Read that again, my brother. Bring it out.
Isaiah 13 and 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see.
The burden of Babylon. See? And this is the modern day Babylon that we're living in now. You see, a lot of people want to, the false prophets out here want to relegate this Babylon to the ancient Babylon. You see, but no, this Babylon is for, this Babylon is America, aka Babylon the Great. You see, this place is what this prophecy is for in these modern times that we're living in now. You see? All right, so read that again, my brother.
Isaiah 13 and 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain.
And what's that banner, my brother? It's the Bible. The banner is this Bible and these scriptures that's in the Bible and these prophecies that are going to take place in America, aka Babylon the Great, that is referencing it from this Bible here. And that's what the true prophets are here going to be telling you in these times. We're not going to give you no jive time, prosperity gospel. We're not going to give you no jive time, that jive time lie that God loves everybody and anybody can be saved. You see, we telling you that this place is going to get destroyed, and only the elect are going to be the ones that's delivered and saved from the destruction that's coming upon this wicked kingdom that we're living in. America, aka Babylon the Great. You see? So this is what true prophets are out here to do. And bring it out again, my brother.
Isaiah 13 and 2. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountains. Exalt the voice unto them. shake the hand that they may go unto the gates of the nobles.
All right, she said, lift up the voice, right? Lift up the voice, cry aloud, spare it not. You see, Isaiah 58 and 1, you see? And that's what true prophets will be out here doing, is crying aloud, sparing not, telling our people where they're going off. You see, their transgression, which is sin. Sin is the transgression of the law. You see, this is what true prophets will be out here doing in these end times now, regardless of what whether the weather is warm or whether the weather is cold. You see, as long as it's not too severe for us not to be out here, because we weren't out here last week because it was adverse weather. You see, we're going to use Yahweh Shema Shah also want us to use good common sense as well. You see, and just like when Jacob's trouble comes, Jeremiah 30 and 7. We're not going to be out here prophesying, trying to give you any warning. We're not going to be out here trying to break down these scriptures in these times that we're living in. Get in the camera, my brother. Go forward. Yeah, yeah. Stay in the camera. Yeah, we're not going to be out here during these times, man. But we're going to be. The Lord's going to have us tucked away somewhere else, safe. Lord willing. You see, Lord willing, we are those men that He will protect in these times. You see, but in this time now, while the door is open, while the Lord is showing you mercy by sending His prophets out here, telling you, this, we are out here now to prophesy and give you break down these warnings. But you better come you better come to the gate where the prophets are, starting with the head men of GMS right on down. You see, because they give you the 100% truth. No other camp is giving you the 100% truth. Either they're going off on the name, or either they're going off on what the MOTB is, or they're going off on some other doctrine that that everybody can be saved or something like that. No, that's not true. Don't believe those false prophets. Listen to the men, the great millstone. You see, start with the head apostles and bishops, right on down to the king. All right. So, bring it out again, my brother.
Isaiah 13 and 2. Lift up a banner.
And that banner is this Bible, these scriptures. You see? All right. As I believe I said that. Read on.
Exalt the voice unto them.
Yeah, cry loud, spare not, exalt the voice. Don't mumble, don't whisper. Get out here and proclaim. You know, and read on, my brother.
Unto them shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles.
We want them to go in the gates of the elites, and of our governments as well. You see, we shaking the hand. We're cussing them out. We're telling them what's going to be befall them. You see, we're giving them these warnings. We're giving them their, I guess you could call it destiny. We're giving them what's their future. You see, before it happens, you see, but they don't want to believe us. But the elites know that this is true. The elites know who are your, who are the true prophets are. They look at us. They know that we are telling the truth, but they're going to keep you all dumbfounded. You see, and 2/3 of our people, they're going to keep them, dumbfounded, and keeping them asleep. You see, because they got their little false prophets they sent out. They got their TD Jakes, Creflo Dollars, and Joel, what is it, Epstein? Osteen, whatever his name is. All those out there telling you about prosperity and how to give them more money, make their pockets fat. You see? Read that again, my brother. Let's go back there.
Isaiah 13 and 2. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles.
Mm-hmm.
I have commanded my sanctified ones.
And who are the sanctified ones? The ones that turn away from this world. That's not desiring the material things of this world. You see, as it says in what? I think that's is that First John. Get this, my brother. First John and uh, It's 1 John 15, maybe 21, somewhere along there. 1 John, I don't know. It said, love not the world and the things that are in the world. Anyway, is it 1 John or 2 John? Love not the world and the things that are in it. See, these are the sanctified ones. John, I think it's 1 John 15. 15. First verse. Yeah, try that. If there is one. No, it's on. Oh, look it up by this name. Love not. No, it'll be one of them John, first or second. Might be 2 John. Let me see. I have it. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna speak it in the Google. They're gonna find it. Bible scripture. Uh, love not the world and the things that are in it. Oh yeah, 1 John 2:15. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, because this is what the sanctified ones will be doing in these times, out here on the highways and the byways. That's why we out here on the highways and the byways. You see, because we have turned away from the lust and the desires of this world. Bring that out, my brother.
1 John 2:15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
See, now the sanctified ones are going to be doing this. You see, they're not going to be loving the word. They're going to be obedient to the commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Al-Shai. Because as he always says, if you love me, keep my commandments. And the sanctified ones are going to be loving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in these end times, and going to be doing what thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Bible. Read on, my brother.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. You don't have any desires to be obedient to the Father. You know, these so-called Christian pastors and these Christian peoples out here don't love Yahweh Ba'ashem Al-Shai. They love their own, they lust of the things of the world. They love themselves. They love their wickedness more than they love, Yahweh Ba'ashem Al-Shai and his commandments, you see, right? Read on, my brother.
1 John 2:16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world.
See, now you tell me, if you love the Lord, if you love the Lord, you're going to be sanctified. That's how the sanctified ones are sanctified. These church people these so-called church people going into these houses talking about they being saved and sanctified. They ain't been saved, nor are they sanctified. You see, because they still eat the abominable foods. They still sleeping with the next man's woman. They still saying that God loves everybody. God's all love. They don't want to hear this truth. They don't know his name. So how are they sanctified? You see? But what the sanctified in these times are going to be doing what thus say the Lord, thus say the Bible, as we were reading in Isaiah 13 chapter. Let's go back there, number brother. Let's go back there. Read that about the sanctified ones again. Isaiah 13 and 2 or 3, one of those verses you was on about the sanctified one. I call my sanctified ones. That's what the Lord has called his elect men out here. We are his prophets. We are the sanctified ones. You see? Isaiah 13 and 2. Start there. Isaiah 13 and 2.
Isaiah 13:2. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the noble.
Mm-hmm.
I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger.
Okay, who are the mighty ones? They are they're the angels. You see, that's going to be coming back with Yahweh Ba'ashem Al-Shai. That's who the mighty ones are. Let me get a precept on the mighty ones. Let me get a precept on that. Yeah, let's see. Get a precept on the mighty one. The mighty one. Call Let's try this right here. It's a decent one. All right, give me that, my brother. In go to Matthew 24:31. See, I think that that's a good one. I think Matthew 24. What you know, I can read it if you know you won't so you won't have to be jumping around. 24:32. 24. Let's see. Where's that at? It's let's see, 24:31.
Matthew 24:31. And he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet,
Mm-hmm.
and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
You see, that's the mighty ones. The angels are the mighty ones. If that, see, I think I had something a little bit better. Let's see. It's mighty ones. Okay. All right. All right. Read that again, my brother. Read it again.
Matthew 24:31. He shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet,
Mm-hmm.
and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds,
Mm-hmm.
and from one end of heaven to the other.
What? Okay, I'm talking about. Go back to Isaiah. Yeah, go back to Isaiah 13:2. You know, but he is going to gather his elect from. You don't go from there, but he's going to gather his elect, and Lord willing, we are that number of the elect. All right, all right. Yeah, read two again.
Isaiah 13:2. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the noble.
We cussing them out. We cussing them out, and let them know that what their end is going to be. You see, in the gates of the nobles. You see, the elites. You see, they're the nobles. You see, the high-ranking people, the one that's ruling this society today, that's pulling all the strings of the presidents and things of that nature. Who you see, your mayors, your governors, your senators, your congressmen. You see, we're shaking the hand at them right now at the leaps. You see, read on. Back up a little. All in the camera.
Isaiah 13:3. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones from mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness.
Mm-hmm. Those mighty ones are the angels going to come back with that much destruction. You see? Read on.
The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like of a great people.
Mm-hmm. The noise of a multitude of a mountain, of a great people. All right, let me get that. Read on, my brother. Might have to come back to that, though.
The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like of a great people.
Mm-hmm. Where? Tomatus, yeah.
A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together.
No, yeah, the Lord is going to muster up all those armies over there in the land of Jehoshaphat. You see, that he's mustering up. That they're going to go over there to fight that World War III. You see, and then man, we telling you what this is going to happen. World War III is going to happen. You see, but not before the MOTP is established. You see, the MOTP is going to be established first. That Iraq, you see, who are a lot of camps and who are a lot of false prophets out here. I believe they're beginning to see it, but they don't want to admit to it. You see, talking real slow now. You see, thinking how they're going to get on, get with the real deal here. You see, all right, and that's with GMS and the head apostles and the bishops right on down. All right, read that again, my brother.
The noise of a multitude, like as of a great people. A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together.
Let me get that word tumultuous. You say where you are. I'm gonna get that word tumultuous. Where is it? Oh, okay, I'm gonna get it. Let's see. Isaiah 13 and 4, right? I'm gonna get that word tumultuous. I'm gonna get it from the interlinear, mountain, people, great, tumultuous, which is roar, dim, crash, uproar. It's gonna be, something loud, something, very, frightening. As a matter of fact, you see, that's what tumultuous. Let's hear the pronunciation of that word tumultuous. Shaon. Shaon. Let's go with it again. Strong's page 7588. Shaon. 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 That's what tumultuous means. Read that again, my brother.
Isaiah 13 and 4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains like as of a great people. A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle.
All right, let's go to Joel 2, because this is that's a good precept to this. Joel 2. And let's go to, let's see, Joel 2, and we have to go to, yeah, might as well start at the top, man.
Joel 2 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
Blow you the trumpet in Zion.
Aren't we blowing the trumpet right now? The elect men out here blowing the trumpet right now. But of course they don't like the sound of this trumpet that the prophets are blowing. You see, the prophets out here blowing the trumpet now, but they don't like the sound of it. You see, and also too, what it says in Amos 3 and 6, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid. You see, I'm gonna go to that, my brother. You say right there to Joel. I'm gonna help you out, because Amos, too fast at this stuff. He's faster than I am. 3 and 6. It says here, Amos 3 and 6, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people. Oh, you got it?
Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
Yeah, of course they're going to be afraid. And who blowing the trumpet? The sanctified ones, the prophets out here blowing the trumpet, telling you what's going to happen before it happens. All right, read on.
Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it?
Of course the Lord is doing this evil. He works both sides, because he's going to bring this wicked kingdom down. You see, because we have a wicked nation ruling. You see, the base of men actually is ruling this kingdom right now. And it's got to come down. That's all I want to do. Go back to Joel.
Joel 2 and 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is a nigh at hand.
See, let all the inhabitants of the day of the Lord tremble. Read that again, my brother. I messed it up.
Joel 2 and 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in the holy mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
The day of the Lord is nigh at hand, and we give you that warning before it happens. While you got while you have a place of you have liberty to repent right now, Israel. Read on, my brother.
A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. Mm-hmm. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. Mm-hmm. There have not been ever like the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations.
That's it. That's it. Many generation. Yeah, many generations. You see, a day of darkness and of gloominess. You see, it's going to be a bad time for you, Israel. It's going to be a bad time for you so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans who haven't repented, who are caught in this tumultuous situation right now. When all judgment is upon your head now, when you refuse to listen to the Lord's service to prophets, when you had a liberty to do so, but you chose not to. So what do you think? You think the Lord's going to show mercy upon you during those times? No. Let's go back, my brother, to Isaiah 13.
Isaiah 13:4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people.
The Lord is mustering up this army. He's mustering up all the nation. Let me see. I think that's where I wanted was that's all. That's it. Yeah, go ahead. Read.
A tumultuous noise of the kingdom of nations gathered together.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
The Lord of hosts mustered the host of the
That's right. He's mustering it up. How about Shem Shai? It's going to have all those men go to the land of Jehoshaphat to fight. You see? And they're not coming back. All right, read.
They come from a far country, from the end of heaven. Even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land.
Mm-hmm. That's wow, man. And that's those ultimately going to be those nuclear missiles. All right, let me see if I can get something here. 13, right? All right. That's I got something stored up somewhere. All right. All right. Let's go. Wait, let's see. Let me go here again. Might as well go on and finish reading. Yeah, read 6.
Isaiah 13:6.
Oh, yeah.
How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
And who's going to bring this destruction? How about Shema Shai? He's the Almighty. All right? Read on, my brother.
Therefore shall let all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain at the whipping and travailing.
Really, yeah, like labor pains. You see? They're going to be in pains all of a sudden as a woman is get ready to deliver a child. We read that over there in Jeremiah 30, right? Let's go over there then. That's how bad it's going to get for 2/3 of our people. The elect going to be good. The elect going to be taken care of. You see, Lord willing, we of that number, and all the men out here that's that's teaching and preaching and prophesying and do the best to make their calling and election sure. You see, and out here giving the people the warning. You got it, my brother. Bring it out.
Jeremiah 30:6. Actually, now we'll see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail?
Yeah, that's right. And you don't normally see that, do you? But you're going to be seeing it in this day because it's times are going to be that bad. You see? All right. Read.
And all faces are turning to paleness.
And it says right here in read that again. And well, you were there at 8, right? And they shall be afraid, pains and sorrows shall take hold of them. Yeah. Isaiah, yeah, and 8.
Isaiah 13:8.
No, so with 7 again.
Isaiah 13:7. Therefore shall all hands be faint.
Weak. Now their hands are going to be weak. They're not going to have any. They're not going to. It's going to be a mental weakness as well. You see? How they're going to be so afraid? You see? All right, read.
And every man's heart shall melt.
Read on.
They shall take a hold of them. They shall be in pain at the woman in travailing. They shall be amazed be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flame.
All right. Go back to Jeremiah 30, my man. Start up there again. Yeah, I'm gonna get there. We're gonna get there, but let's go back to yeah, start back up where you started out with a woman. Well, man, gonna be travail as a woman. Yeah, Jeremiah 30. I think you was where you started 6. Start there again. That's how bad things are going to get because people are going to be so afraid, man. They're going to be amazed at at one another, looking at one another because things are going to be so bad. They're going to be all confused and not knowing what to do in that time. You see, all of these wise, people out here thinking they're so smart, think they got all the answers, try to out talk and scoff and mock at the prophets. They're gonna be in, they're gonna be amazed and ashamed, and they're gonna be weak and faint in that time. You see, because they're not gonna have any answers. Then with that, then when they close, they're gonna close their mouths in that time. You see, they're gonna be ready to listen in that time, but there won't be anybody out there to teach them or to tell them anything, because the prophets are, tongues are going to stick to the roof of their mouth, because we're not going to break anything down to you at that time. You know, we're gonna be too busy praying and calling on the name of Yahweh Shem Shai for ourselves. You see, and the men that have families as well, if their families are under the umbrella of them. You see, because we're gonna have a lot of family members too that's not gonna, that's gonna go their own way as well. You see, but we can't worry about that. You see, we will not worry about that. We just gonna, it's gonna be come of a time that, there won't be any mercy. You see, or any in the compassion in that time for the hard-headed ones, the stiff-necked. You see, you know. All right, read, my brother.
Jeremiah 30 and 6. Actually, now we see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his wounds as a woman in travail?
Right? That's how bad it's going to get, as I said. Read on, my brother.
And all faces are turning to pale. At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
Mm-hmm. All right, he's going to be saved. And let's go back to Isaiah 13. And go back to 8. Start there again. Start 7 again. 13. Isaiah 13 and 7.
Isaiah 13 and 7. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrows shall take a hold of them.
Mm-hmm.
They shall be in pain as a woman in travail.
Mm-hmm.
They shall be amazed one another, their faces shall be as flame. Be-
Yeah. Read 9.
Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with warm and fierce anger, to lay on the land desolate.
Now hold it right there. Hold it right there. Let's go back to Joel. Yeah, 2. Let's go back to Joel. See, this is that's why the day of it's going to be a day of darkness. Start with 2 again. Joel 2 and 2.
Joel 2 and 2. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there have not been ever the light.
All right, read on.
Neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations.
All right, how about 3? Read 3.
A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth.
What do you think those are? That's so ICBM, those nuclear missiles. You see? So, in other words, let's go to Amos, my brother, in 5 and 18. Let's go to Amos 5 and 18 real quick. Read that, because it's going to get bad. Those ICBM missiles are not going to be playing Israel. They're not going to regard any, particular place to hit. They don't care whether there's little children, old women, young women, beautiful women, all of that. They don't care. They want that. They're not going to regard any of your silver, your gold. They don't care if you're rich or poor. When those ICBM, those nuclear missiles hit, they're gonna destroy, and that's what they're made for. Read that, my brother. Amos 5:18.
Amos 5:18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. That's not any fun in that for you 2/3, and for you heathens. That's not any fun for you. But we're preaching to the elect right now. You see, and as always, you see. But that's not going to be. That's not the day of the Lord is what. I'd rather read that again.
Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what
Right? Read on.
as if a man did place a lion in a bear meadow, or went into the house and laid his hand on the wall in a serpent meadow.
And that's why the Bible says you're gonna have faint hands in that time. You're gonna be looking at one another astonished. You see because you're gonna be clueless of how to get out of and how to escape. You see? Read on, my brother.
Shall the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it?
It's a shell.
Shall the day of the Lord
Okay.
be darkness and not light?
Yeah, read it again.
Amos 5:20. Shall the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it?
All right. Okay, now let's go back to what was that? What were we yeah, go back to Joel. Go back to Joel. That's where we were. Yeah, right. Yeah, read.
Joel 2:2. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness.
Mm-hmm.
As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong.
Mm-hmm.
There have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations.
Right.
A fire.
Once those nuclear missiles hit and things of that nature, there won't be any more weapons. You're gonna beat your weapons into plowshares at that time. You see, because it's going to be a new kingdom, a new rulership, and you Edomites, you're not going to have those weapons of mass destruction any longer. You see? All right, read on.
A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and before them a desolate wilderness. Yeah, nothing shall escape them.
You know, that's those ICBM missiles. That's what these are. Joel is describing how things are going to be and about what they look like as well, and the destruction that it's going to do. Read on, my brother.
The experience of
appearance.
The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run.
Yeah, they're going to run just like they're going to be in formation as horses. As a battalion of warriors or such. Read on, my brother.
Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in their battle array.
Right.
Before their face the people shall be much pain. All faces shall gather blackness.
From all the salt and other things of that nature that's going to be coming from suffer, and all the things be coming from those ICBM nuclear missiles as well, too, you see. But read on, my brother.
They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one of his ways. They shall not break their race.
Read on.
Neither shall one trust another. They shall walk every one in his path. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded.
Okay. See what? This how those nuclear missiles, they're not going to miss their targets. Neither are they going to get shot down, just in case somebody might get a shot off and try to shoot one down or whatever. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, these nuclear missiles are going to hit the target because the angels of Yahweh Shem Al Shah are going to be guiding them. You see, they ain't going to break their ranks. They ain't going to get all. They're not going to explode in midair and not do any destruction. They're going to hit their targets. They're going to hit every target. You see? All right. Read on. Wait, hold on a minute. Let's see. Where were we? 8?
8. Joel 4.
Yeah, go read 8. 'Cause they're not going to, it's coming up. Read it. I'm going to let the scripture speak.
Joel 2 and 8. Neither shall one trust another, they shall fall every one in his paths. And they shall fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded.
That's right. See, they're not going to be, they're not going to thrust against one another. They're not going to, malfunction in any way. They're going to work perfectly. You see these ICBM nuclear missiles, right? All right.
Neither they shall run to and fro in the city, they shall run upon the wall, they shall climb up upon the houses, they shall enter in at the windows like a thief.
Mm-hmm. Right. Read on.
The earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shine.
Because of that mushroom cloud that's going to be, remember Hiroshima and Nagasaki? You know when that big mushroom cloud came about when that A bomb landed on them. You see, and also too, get me that, my brother, and I think it's what is it, Isaiah? I think it's Isaiah 40, no 20, 24 and 20, where the earth going to shake, rock, real to and fro like a drunkard, because when those nuclear missiles, it's gonna move this whole earth. You see, it's gonna move this whole earth, which is gonna cause earthquakes, buildings falling in other countries. You see, where nuclear missiles are not gonna hit. They're not going to be all good. They're going to have all kinds of disasters in their lands over there, in Russia and Germany and those places like that. They're going to have all kinds of disasters. They're going to have earthquakes. They're going to have tsunamis, bad weathers. They're going to have a lot of disasters going on. You see, they're not going to be all good and all comfy. Do you have that?
Mhm.
What it read?
Isaiah 24 and 20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard.
Mm-hmm.
It shall be removed like a cottage.
Whoa,
And
see, read on, my brother.
and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it.
Mm.
It shall fall and not rise again.
Mm-hmm. See, they're gonna get a lot of punishment over there too from those nuclear missiles. This place is going to be totally annihilated, and also too, our land over there in Israel, where those tiny tops are in, they're going to get utterly annihilated too. You see, and this is going to cause just those ICBM nuclear missiles. It's going to cause the earth to rock and rock and reel like a drunkard. You see, so to speak. You see, so yeah. And as I said, that's going to cause a lot of world disaster. You see? All right. Now let's go back, my brother. Let's go back to Isaiah 13. Where were we? Where were we in Isaiah 13? Let's find out. See if we can find Isaiah 13. See where we were. We were at 4? The noise of the tumultuous mountains. Yeah, read that. So there.
Isaiah 13 and 4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains like as of a great people.
Mhm.
A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together.
Now these are the nations that's gathering together to fight this world war. You see, this World War III. You see, these aren't the ICBM missiles at this point. This is the nations that's going to go into the land of Jehoshaphat and fight World War III. But then, as they begin to fight and things of that nature, in the middle of the Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai is going to come back with his host of angels, and that's when those nuclear missiles are going to get shot off. You see, hey man, we in some some exciting times now. We get to see this. You see, in your lifetime, Lord willing, you living during this time. But you better be of the elect if you are. You see, because great tribulation, great troubles are coming soon, much more than what they are now. You see, these things are going to increase, escalate. You see, all right. Read on, my brother. 5.
Isaiah 13 and 5. Isaiah 13 and 4. The noise of a multitude of the mountains like us of a great people. Thomas says noise of the kingdom of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts utters the host of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven. Even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land.
And those are the daggone nuclear missiles right now. You see? All right, read on. All right, read 6.
How ye for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrows shall take a hold of them. They shall be in pain as of a woman in travail. They shall be amazed. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flame.
All right, read on.
Behold, the day of the Lord cometh both with wrath and fierce anger. Sinners, there are
He should have sworn sins out of it. All right, read on.
for the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine.
Because of those nuclear missiles. You see? All right. Let's go to I tell you what, let's go to see, this is why we are here. To give the warning. Now let's go to Proverbs to give them some wisdom. That's where I want to go. Go to Proverbs 1 and 20. Let's go there.
Proverbs 1 and 20. Wisdom crieth out. She uttereth her voice in the street.
Right? That's what wisdom does. Wisdom crieth out. She uttered her voice in the street. And the wisdom is coming from his true prophets. You see? From the scriptures. You see? Read on, my brother.
She cried in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gate. In the city she uttereth her words, saying.
That's right, see? That's why you have we're on here on the streets. You know? Our gates are open. You know, you're welcome. See? You know, get this bread and wine while it's, it's freely given to you. We're not charging you for it. It was freely given to us, and we're freely giving it to the elect out here that's not awakened. You see? And this is what the true men will be out here doing in these end times. Not only prophesying, about war, as Jeremiah 28 and 8 says. You see? We prophesying that, but we give you the wisdom as well. You see? See, because these are the prophecies that are going to take place. You know, he always sent his man out here, as it reads in Jeremiah. Get that, my brother. I'm saying it. It's on my heart. Say it. So might as well get it. Jeremiah 28 and 8.
Jeremiah 28 and 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee have both prophesied, both against many countries and against great kingdoms.
See, this is a good. This is a great kingdom. This country right here is a great kingdom. You see, and we're prophesying the downfall of this country, this great kingdom. You know, and it's going to happen through and about World War III, and it's inevitable. You see, read on, my brother.
The prophets have been before me and before thee have all prophesied.
And the Lord has always sent out his prophets to prophesy destruction, as he did in Jeremiah's day. You see, Jeremiah prophesied the destruction of our kingdom because we were going off, we were doing wickedly. But then there was those false prophets out there teaching lies. You see, but Jeremiah's prophecy came true. There's it. You see, read on, my brother.
Many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
That's right. And this is what's going to happen to this kingdom, America, aka Babylon the Great. You see, of war, of evil, and pestilence. You see, all right, because we're telling you that the economy is going to. And once that economy, that dollar crashes, you know, there's going to be a lot of insurrection. You know, there's going to be chaos. You know, people are going to, bug out. They're going to go mad. You see, they're not, you know, their savings, their 401ks, their retirements, their, you know, their social securities. All of these things are going to fail. You see, and people are going to lose it. They're going to go mad. So therefore, it's going to be chaos. All right. People that want to be breaking in people homes. That's in second entrance. Second entrance is already in effect now. It's just going to escalate. And this is the wisdom that the prophets are bringing out in this time. Oh, you got something, my brother? Yeah, 15. Go ahead.
Second Edges 15 and 19.
Mm-hmm. If you want to, yeah, wherever you want.
Second Edges 15 and 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword.
Mm-hmm. That's right. But then all of that, finish that.
And spoil their goods,
Mm-hmm.
because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
All right, great trouble is coming to America, aka Babylon the Great. And you're not going to be able to escape, you're not going to be able to survive it if you're not of the elect. And that's why we give you this wisdom now. And it's based on these prophecies. The brother just said, you know, read that 19 again, my brother.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor.
A man ain't going to have any pity upon his neighbor in that time. You might be a neighbor where, you know, you might be friendly to your neighbor one week. The next week, you may, you know, be ready to kill him in that time. You see, you go a whole week without having any food or water, you know, see what happens, you know, when you don't have anything, when you run out for 1 week, you know, you're going to be ready to do some, you're going to be ready to do some crime, some criminal activity in that time. Read that again, my brother.
A man shall, second Esdras 15 and 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword.
He's gonna break in your house and try to kill everybody in there in order to get your canned goods or whatever you got in there. If you have any of the resources in there, he's coming to take them. You see, because a person who loses it, they're gonna go mad. They don't have anything else to lose. You see, read on, my brother.
But shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods.
What is the sword? The sword is the gun, shotgun, a 9mm. You know, maybe even some people probably got a bazooka. Blow the whole shit up. Right? All right, read on, my brother.
And spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
That's right. Great trouble. You know? Going to be so bad. Give me that in Daniel, man. The 12th chapter of Daniel 12 and 1. That's how bad things going to get. Even the Archangel Michael going to stand up. Yeah.
Daniel 12 and 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people.
Mm-hmm.
And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time.
That's how bad it's going to be.
And at that time thy people shall be delivered.
That's right. The elect.
Everyone that shall be found written in the book.
That's the elect. and the 1/3. Their names are written in the book. Pray that we are of that number. You see? Right. Bring out your scripture, my brother. So this is why we out here to tell you to turn back, not to tarry, not to love this world so much so that you're gonna you don't have time for the Yahweh Shem Shah to learn this truth and to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, and to listen to the prophets, because and believe these prophecies that are coming, in fruition in your lifetime, Israel. This is not a joke. We're not out here just to be out here. We're not out here just to be seen. We're not out here trying to get your money or try to jive you in any way. We're out here to give out, the elect people the 100% truth. So bring it out, my brother.
Ecclesiasticus 5:7. Make no tarrying unto the Lord, and put no off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. Y'all heard it earlier. Nobody can take you out of the out of the hand of the Lord, but the Most High. So get this while you can before it's too late.
That's
But
right.
we know that it's an amount of number that's not going to get it.
That's right. That's right. Nobody can pluck you out of the hands of the living power. You see? See? So get this truth, Israel. Where's that scripture at, my brother?
It's
No one can
delivery.
no one can take you out of the hands of God. I think that's how. No one can. Hold on. Oh, I butchered it. No one can pluck you out of the hands. That's it. Because we're living there, that's why you got it. What you got? Call it and read.
John 10:28. And I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand.
You see? So if your name is written in the book of life, you are the elect, and nobody can, regardless. A lot of people are going to be amazed at who get beamed up in that in the chariot at that time. Was it him? Who, that guy? That idiot? Whatever. Things like that. I think that's in Wisdom of Solomon.
But that goes to show that man can't kill your soul. He can only just mess with your flesh body.
Mhm.
That's
why we fear. That's right. That's why we fear Yahweh Shem
the Most
Shah. He can destroy your soul and your body.
Yeah.
You see? So Lord willing, you were edified to some degree. We're going to end it right there to the next time. But before we end it, we must give all honor and all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Next, double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of Great Millstone, from whom we've learned this 100% truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect who are scattered in the four corners of the earth. Again, shalom.
Shalom.